hang out with me as I go through my day as a personal chef in Beverly Hills. They are having guests tonight, so I'll be making dinner for 8 people. Luckily, the menu is pretty simple, but cooking for 8 people by yourself can be difficult if you're not organized. I left my house around 9 a.m. to get to the Joint Seafood in Sherman Oaks. They specialize in dry aged fish, so if you're looking for a place to get some really dope fish for crudo, sashimi, sushi, or whatever, this is the place to go. If you're not familiar with dry aging fish, the purpose is to concentrate the flavors, making it taste richer and improves the texture. As they say at the store, fresh is boring. My client wants to start off with the salmon tartare that I always make them, so I tried to get some dry aged Ora King salmon, but sadly they were out. So the fish girl recommended the steelhead salmon instead, so that's what I got, which turned out to be so good. I usually start my day up by writing a quick prep list, breaking down what takes the longest and what can be done closer to service. 2 of the guests will be arriving a few hours early to have caviar, so I boiled and chopped egg yolks and whites, cut chives, and served with buttery toast points, potato chips, and creme fraiche. Look at this gorgeous piece of fish. I cleaned it up, cured it with a mix of salt and sugar, and threw that in the fridge to let it cure for an hour or so. For their mains, she wanted grilled branzino, so I broke them down before I had to serve them lunch. They knew they were having a big dinner, so she just wanted a simple spinach omelet, and he wanted some boiled chicken, white rice, and toast. Very healthy. Nothing really exciting here, but they did just buy a Ninja Creamy, so I made a quick blueberry sorbet, prepped the asparagus, and got on my mushroom miso rice by caramelizing some onions, sauteing sliced garlic, toasting the short grain rice that I had rinsed and dried, deglazed with white wine, reduced and added chicken stock, and my miso sauce. Brought that to a simmer, threw it in the oven to cook. I also shredded up this amazing bunch of mixed wild mushrooms, tossed in olive oil and salt before letting it roast and get nice and crispy in the oven. Around 5:30, it was getting close to serving time, so I grabbed the salmon out of the fridge, gave it a quick rinse, and pat it dry before cutting them into small cubes. Then I cubed the avocados, seasoned it with olive oil, salt, and lemon to keep it from going brown. I also tossed the salmon in a bit of the yuzu sesame soy vinaigrette. At around 6, the guests had arrived, and I put a layer of the avocado in the ring molds, followed by the dressed salmon, topped with crispy fried shallots, a dollop of golden ossetra caviar, chives, and more of the sauce surrounding the salmon. I sent that out around 6:30 and rushed to do the main dishes. I pulled out the rice to check on it, which was absolutely perfect, so I threw the roasted mushrooms on top with a bunch of chives, gave it a nice gentle mix, and set that aside. Grilled the branzino, tossed the asparagus with a bit of the sweet miso glaze, and grilled that as well. Sometimes guests like their veg on the simple side, so I also roasted some cauliflower just in case. It's now about 6:50 and it's time to plate. Some of the miso mushroom rice, asparagus, cauliflower, branzino, and off they go. They also had dessert around 7:40, but by this time I was kind of gassed and I didn't record. I washed the dishes, cleaned the kitchen, and I left around 9 p.m. A longer day than usual, but it is what it is. Thanks for hanging out.